Hey, what's going on, everybody? Everybody's having a fun week. Well, start of the week anyway. But the last minute nature of this live stream, I wasn't sure if I was going to get done what I was attempting to get done today. So I kind of had to take that into consideration first. So, not that anybody's here but me, apparently. But hey, thank me for being here. I appreciate me. I am my number one fan, apparently. So, give everybody a chance to get in. Or to nobody. We'll see what happens. That's having a new guy's guitar. What's going on, Tom? Like I was saying before, I didn't know if I was gonna be done doing what I was doing today. I had a very, very busy day. It started at 6 this morning and didn't until 5:30 tonight. So it was lots of shit going on around the old world here. Hey, Michigan man, I'm about 1.5 hours away from Sykeston right now. Hey, go make a pass. Just tell him you're Levi's garage. Or Levi's Backyard Performance. They'll let you in. Sorry we didn't get a chance to talk too much this year at Sykeston, but you had a lot of stuff going on, so you were a very busy man. Then you disappeared. I didn't realize that your car had trouble. So I do hope everything got. It looked like you were doing pretty well, but I've lost track of what the hell actually happened. So I do apologize. Oh, and Tom's here. You were the only one there, Tom. I do appreciate that. Like I said, I didn't have a chance to schedule this one because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I was helping the gentleman I bought the Jeepster from, which you'll see sooner or later. I'm going to hopefully pick it up this Sunday. His truck leaf string broke, so we spent some of Saturday getting it together and then realizing that as much as he only wanted to buy one leaf string, we had to buy two. So we ended up, I got another leaf string first thing this morning, went to my regular job, and then went there and did that till about 5:30 this afternoon. So it was a long day. I'm very, very tired. What's happening, Never Duck? Thanks for jumping in. And then it actually popped up on time. Hey! Well, that's impressive because I know that's always here and there. Old Gun has car. What's happening? Levi saying, yeah, I'm hard on parts, but stock motors typically don't like 20 pounds of boost on from. Yeah, well, yeah, there is that. Throwaway motor there, hey? Everybody saying hi, which is cool. Thank y'all. Yeah, I don't think I say it enough anymore, but if you see somebody in the chat and you don't know their channel, please look it up, and if you like their content, please give them a share, give them a like, all that stuff. Because that is half the fun of doing live streams, is actually getting to introduce people to new people. Everybody's saying hi, which is cool. Yeah, so I did hit 2,000 subscribers over the weekend. We're not doing the giveaway live tonight. Likely to be this coming Monday. I just got to work a couple of bugs out and make sure I have everything set. I have 90% of the stuff I want to do as giveaways. I just got to make sure I got everything in order and make sure I can actually afford to ship it all to everybody. So that's also considerations. If it's anime, the rotating assembly no longer rotatable. Well, that's an accomplishment. That is an accomplishment. Is a new guy's guitar? Who's the new guy, and why does he have a guitar? It's a guitar. He does because that's what happens. What is being given away? Couple hats, a shirt. I can't remember. There's a sweatshirt, a bunch of paraphernalia, some garage stuff, keychains, random stuff. Come on, Max. Max, come on. Robin's box. Max, get up here. Come on. A 1968 or 69 Dodge original service manual from Charger Challenger. And a couple hats there, probably said. A couple other things, possibly a poster, custom drink mug. and a few other things. Max, get your big red butt up here. Come on, sorry, dog issues. Come on, come here. All right, come here. In a live stream without a dog. Haven't had a dog on a live stream in a while. Levi said, "Oh, McDonald, I'm giving my life away ATM, so does that count?" They don't, buddy. This is Max. He turned 12 about 2 weeks ago. He is a very large boy. He is Scooby-Doo in both temperament and appearance. No, I'm dude. Busted Radio did his giveaways, and that kind of made me think, oh, let's do it. I wanted to do one 1,000. I saw how he did his. I thought, you know what? I should do that. I think that's important. Hey,
what's up?
In the flesh.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
It happens. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see the notification for the ice spider thing till the next morning. So.
Nah, you're good. It was the last minute. Honest Peyton's speed shop was sick, so.
Freaking Chad.
I was supposed to do it in January, and then I'll be in Texas, so service isn't very good down there, so I backed out.
Nice. I think I'm going to start calling him Dishonest Peyton Speed Shop, but hey. Levi said, "Old Mac, I'm currently in a hotel room instead of my own bed because I have to earn paper to afford to live." Well, we all do. Funny, Frank, it's dark over here. Yeah. Old McDonald's is not too far away from you, logistically.
No, I think he's maybe an hour from me.
Something like that. He'll probably know. I just know you're here somewhere. Oh, so what's new, my friend? Anything cool? New projects or anything? How's the plasma table thing going?
Recent, just finally tore into the blue truck. See what we got going on there. I know the flywheel's shot. It's got a bunch of burn marks on it and hot spots. So training's always been a little funny since I got it and I just drove it. You got to double clutch third and double clutch fourth, otherwise it just grinds. So looks like one of the synchronizers is shot. All the little teeth are gone. And I don't know what you call it, but there's some teeth in there for the some of the gears. I'm missing one somewhere, but I haven't really found where it came from yet. So looks like a couple $100 to rebuild it. So I think I'm going to do that, get a new flywheel for it. I think the clutch is all right. That was brand new that I put in.
What's in that truck, engine trans-wise?
It's just a 2.5, the Iron Duke, 4-cylinder. And then it's just the T5. It's a non-world class. Not too familiar with the transmission, but it looks pretty simple.
They have a reputation for being like glass, so.
Yeah, I've clutch dumped the truck so many times that, the horsepower will never exceed what it can handle. So
yeah.
But I wish I would have known it was bad when I put the clutch in, because the flywheel had the hot spots, and I just sanded it the best I could. And after I put the clutch and stuff in it, because the pilot bushing was really bad in it, and I could just did it then and save some time, because it's kind of a bitch to get under it.
Yeah.
Then I lowered it, so you have to jack it way up to get under it now.
So you compounded your problems?
Yeah.
Nice. El McDonald says he thinks he's almost 1.5 to 2 hours away from me. I think he means you.
Just a little north of Muskegon.
You guys are way too north in the middle of the state for me.
Plasma table. I made some of them DIY toe alignment tools. and I got a company that I'm friends with a guy, the founder, and he wanted me to send some to him. So I sent some to him, and then he might be putting on the website. So
nice. I think I saw you do that on a live stream a couple weeks ago.
So might be a little bit extra cash coming back, but we'll see. It's not a big company, but
I like your the acetylene bottle hooks you made. I gotta grab a pair of those from you. That was a cool idea.
and pretty much all the ones I've been getting are just I buy them off Etsy. I buy the file and then I just cut them myself.
Yeah, a friend has a 4x8 table and he's had forever at his house. So it's convenient. He's like a mile from me, so it's a big borrow and steal, but it's convenient to have it if I need to make something goofy.
And the guy I actually got it from, I met him in school. He's got his own welding business and stuff. And I was asking him about getting one because I want to get the small 2x2.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about the time he was looking to upgrade. So he was like, I'll just sell you this one for this price. And that way, if I need something, I know I can borrow it from you, or you can just cut them for me or whatever. So, and that's worked out because I had to upgrade plasma cutter because the one I had wasn't the right one, and his was down the other day. I was like, yeah, just take it, use it. You got money to make, so
that's cool.
Hey, come on.
Any big plans for the holidays, or you guys just hanging out, or?
Wife's baby's still in Texas, so I'm gonna go down there for Christmas and then come back after New Year's. I got a month off work. 2 of the holiday is just given to me, and then got some PTO days to take. So
Be nice.
Better than working, that's for sure.
Yes. Yeah,
I will say I've had shoot, I don't know. I've worked, I think, 5 Saturdays this whole year and a couple Sundays, to where last year I worked like 50 some days straight on salary. The only day I got off was when wife had the baby. I just kept banking the time because I knew if I needed it, I needed it. So
yeah. That's cool. No, it's headed to PRI Wednesday. I'll be there for Thursday, Friday, and then leave Saturday. So it should be fun. Be nice to see some of the crazy contraptions, see some friends from YouTube and some companies start picking more people's brains about doing more shop tours, because that ebbs and flows. I wanted it to be consistent, like do one a month or something, but it either comes in too many at once or nothing. So
you taking the car down there?
No, it's more of a just trying to. It's like SEMA, but for racing. So it's not, you really can't just park your car there, and I don't want to leave it in a parking garage in Indy, downtown Indy, for 4 days. So
Gotcha.
going incognito.
There's
Good.
I know there's a few people by me going down there. I don't know them very well, but a few small companies around us.
Yeah. There's 65 or 70 Michigan companies that are going out of the 1,000+ companies. So it's pretty solid representation of the state. So
No,
I never would be able to start the shop tours without going there the first year in 2022, because that would give me a chance to actually talk to businesses and people. Otherwise, I'm just a random email. So
yeah, I get you.
it's neat. It's neat to go there. It's someplace different, even though it's not that far away. Downtown Indy's pretty cool. So it'd be nice to actually do a little exploring rather than just going to the trade show. So
Get you out of the house a little bit.
yeah, haven't done that. I mean, we went to Missouri for the Sykeston thing, but even that's, you're going for one thing and kind of doing it there, which is a ton of fun. I'm not complaining at all. But I've been to this much in Missouri, so
You're not that far from home either, so.
no. No, there's a bunch of other channels that I know personally, or I follow them. They're all coming to it, so it's should be fun. Well, McDonald saying, I think Stevie Wonder was hunting deer nearby today from the sounds of the shots. We also had a murder take place less than a quarter mile from you. That sucks, dude. I'm pretty sure he's up in a fairly uninhabited area, like a fairly rural area or country area, so it sucks.
Lots of hiding spots.
Yeah. It also works to your disadvantage if you don't know where you are. You can get lost pretty quick in the middle of nowhere.
What plans you got for Christmas?
Going to my cousin's and my mom's. So it should be fun. Kind of the standard stuff, but it's fun. Like to get out of here next year if possible, just to be somewhere else that isn't so goddamn cold. That'd be nice. Even though it rained last year and was 50, so that was kind of a weird Christmas.
Yeah.
Saying a 54-year-old woman was stabbed to death by her husband. Guess he got tired of her shit. What's happening, Dougster? Oh, hopefully we get a little bit. I not a giant fan of the cold anymore, but I would like some snow. It's the only reason to. If it's going to be cold, it should be at least a little bit snowy.
Hey, you can have it. Keep it over there.
No, I'm talking like, just enough to look pretty for that day, and then right back to nothing. I'm fine with that.
You can get you some Christmas donuts in there.
Pretty much that's about it. Because I don't ski, I don't snowboard, I don't have a snow machine. All it is annoying other than that, and people can't drive in it to save their ass. So
yeah. I don't know. It was fun when I was a kid. Now you have to work in it and do adult stuff in it. It just me a hot rod here and there a few times, but that's about it.
Oh, you act like an idiot and hoon around and stuff. Yeah. Ducks are saying Stevie Wonder is my favorite welder, especially when he is drunk using his feet. Probably still welds better than I do. So. No, there's something peaceful about being outside when it's actually snowing and the weather kind of calms down and it's just a relaxing, pretty snow. But the rest of it, the salt, the crap, the fact that it looks like somebody peed on the side of every road because of all that weird mixture of goo and slush.
Nobody likes brown snow.
No. Or yellow snow for that matter. Oh,
It's
McDonald's saying rather.
Go ahead.
Oh, McDonald's saying rather have the cold and snow better than having dogs muddy. There's some truth to that.
I just hate driving in it because you got everybody wants to run 20 mile an hour. Nobody wants to pass.
We get a mixture of it down here. It's either people going 10 under or 20 over. And neither of them understand you can't just stop on a dime. So there's a lot of wee through the intersections.
That's the way it was down here at the corner. We had a little bit of snow and everybody missed the corner because everybody drives really shitty vehicles around here. So tires ain't that good. None of the brakes work.
Yeah, just because your new car is fancy does not mean that it's magically just going to stop when there's ice. Physics still apply. Yeah, I worked on my first Dakota over the weekend and today. Guy I bought the Willys from, his truck leaf ring broke, so we fixed it at his house.
Oh, it was a Dakota?
Yeah, it had a 95 two-wheel drive.
About the same as mine, I think, except it's just four-wheel drive.
Oh, it's kind of like that basic body style.
The bodies are really all the same. Just the grills are a little different years.
Yeah. Well, then they went from 5 lug to 6 lug and
Yeah,
little things like that. But
mine's got the 6.
he's got 3 Dakotas, 2 older ones and the newer one. Well, not that 95's newer, but relatively speaking. Yeah, so hopefully beginning of the year, I'm gonna start sending out the emails again and try to get the group together, maybe for Autorama, as many of the Michigan channels as possible. Give everybody a chance to at least have the option to kind of come together.
Yeah, let me know. Just depends on what's going on in personal life.
Oh yeah,
Just,
no, and it's more of a hey, if you can do it, awesome. If you can't, I understand.
you know about what time?
Oh God, it's the end of February, beginning of March. Let me double check real quick. I don't know. That didn't. Okay, that's not how you spell Detroit. February 28th to March 2nd. Ed Kobo or whatever the hell they're calling it now.
Gotcha. I might be able to make it. February's kind of shot for me, but it all depends.
No, it happens. If you can't, you can't. Folks are saying the 6 they use in the 318 minus 2 cylinders, much like the 4.3. Yeah, the 3.9 is a 318 as far as I know.
Mine's the original RT.
Ah, what's happening, Ray Rose? I always thought it was a pretty good body style. I'd love the when I was in Florida as a kid, there was a company that was converting they had a lot of step sides and they had bed bars that the bars ran the whole length of the bed and up and around the cab. Just styling stuff. But I haven't seen them up here at all, but I thought it was a pretty good look. And then the convertible ones and the Shelby ones, there was a lot of, they put a lot of effort into them there for a while.
I wanted to put a headache rack with the racks like you're talking down the bed for when I was doing wooden, but it just didn't have to haul it very far, so I didn't worry about it.
Well, I was saying the Mopar V10 is a 318 with 2 cylinders. I don't know. So we had him at McLaren for one of the comparison things. Ford couldn't buy a Viper, so they paid McLaren to buy a Viper. So McLaren owned a Viper. It's one of those, we can't buy the competition's cars kind of things. But here's the cash. And that, I guess, that was when they first had the GTS, which was the coupe one with the hardtop. And those things, you'd get 2,000 to 3,000 miles and need a motor because the build was so bad that it's like the first cycle of the engines were crap. They'd rebuild them and they were fine. But for whatever reason, I don't even remember at this point, they were just junk.
Didn't they try doing something with a Mustang with a V10 in it or something?
They did that in a while. We did a special vehicle called the FR Series Mustang for Ford. It was a liquid bored 4.6 to 5 liter, so it was like liquid cylinder hones, and they machined them. And that was a neat car. It was 50-50 weight distribution. They were trying to make like an aftermarket, like Super Cobra that you buy like a kit form. It was a special subframe, carbon fiber. It just never really came to anything, but it was a neat car. Doug's saying no. The V10 is 360 plus 2 cylinders. Doug's saying I have a video from last week where I've seen a Dakota Sport convertible. I see mirror ones running on here. They're almost always red. I don't know if they'd made anything but the red ones. Those seems to be the only ones I ever saw.
I got a guy I follow down in Texas. He's got one, but it's green. He hot rods the shit out of it. Takes it in mud, car shows. Got the little rag top on top.
Nice. No, it's neat. I wonder if you can even still get the tops. I assume somebody makes them. And they make I got to learn all about leaf springs for Dakotas. They make a bunch of different styles. There's like 2 or 3 for the 3 or for the 4, 2-wheel drives, and there's one for the 4x4s.
I think the 4x4s are a little bit stouter.
Yeah, well, they're higher wrap. You know, they're a higher height in the spring. And there's a company local here called John R. Spring that had them. Nobody else did, and it would either they didn't get back to me or they would have been some decent amount of time and shipping costs. And the ones from John R. Spring were within, I think they were $5 cheaper than even O'Reilly, and no shipping. I just drove 30 minutes and got them.
I think mine, if you get about 750, 800 pounds, the spring's flat.
Okay.
Which it's got highway gears in it too, so it's just gutless. It's loud, but it's just gutless.
Oh, noise is all that really matters.
How are you?
Well, I'm all right. How's everybody doing?
Apparently better than you if it's -5 where you're at.
Oh, we're beyond that. Yeah, I'm not outside today.
Yeah, I tell you're in the house.
Yeah.
You can keep that shit. I don't want that, thanks.
Yeah, no, we're I don't know where I didn't realize they lived on Antarctica, but that's pretty damn similar.
Yeah, did you buy a house in Newfoundland? What the hell, dude?
I'd rather be there. Well, except for the fact that it's owned by communists, but yeah.
Oh, then the mumming. Oh, the mumming.
I don't know if I could handle the mumming.
Oh, then you have to deal with Pickle and his tiny little freaking tires on his truck.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that. Because I seen it. Oof, should have got smaller ones there, bud.
This is a conversation for like 3 people, but it's our buddy Pickle bought some new tires for his truck. He's got a 99 F-150, and he bought the smallest tire you could buy for a 4x4. That just it's just pathetic.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, you bought a nice tire, but you bought like a, there's like this sidewall on it. It's like, dude, upsize. It doesn't count, and as long as you crank it all the way, and then it sort of rubs the frame, it's fine. It's 4x4. You don't need. It's fine.
Well, I guarantee you, he looked it up, but it's this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, gotta do 100 mile an hour just to keep up with traffic.
Oh, and then it's like there's probably some obscure shitty Canadian law where you have to replace it with the exact same size tire A or some other bullshit.
Well, yeah, I mean it is Canada. Maybe you can't do bigger tires. I don't know.
It's probably some weird Canadian hoser thing. I'm now saying Dan is going to be getting cold again. Well, yeah, he's cold now. He's in Minnesota.
I mean, I'm pretty warm right at the moment, but that's only because I'm not out there.
Well, yeah, it looks like you're in a robe too, so.
That's right. I got my robe on, so.
It's nice that you dressed up and put in a Snuggie for the live stream. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, you're welcome. I put in maximum effort for your 2,000 subscriber live stream thing.
Well, no, that's next week because the giveaway will be next week. So this is just too much going on with getting ready for PRI. I didn't want to try to do that this week, and too many things to juggle.
He's gonna end up switching from a cigar to a pipe.
Yeah, good old PRI.
Well, I'll try to steal a carburetor at PRI and maybe give that away or something.
There you go. Oh, that'd be good.
How's your little project going? I haven't seen that in a while.
I'm waiting for the flow test guy to do some flow tests on it. So I shipped it off to him, and now I just kind of wait until he does what he does. And hey, what's up?
What's
See,
going on?
Hey, now it's a
Human bear
party.
pose. No, you guys are on at the same time again, so it's working.
I seen it happen. I had to jump on in. What's going on, Dan?
Oh, just trying to keep warm and yeah, basically just trying to keep warm at this point.
-5 where you're at?
Oh no, that was last time. It's
Oh.
it's colder out there now.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Yeah, he lives in basically the third ring of hell,
yeah.
Minnesota. So
that means it's coming then, because it's like 40 right now.
Generally,
Well,
that's
yeah.
what it is here, but we're getting a dose of that global warming stuff. I kind of like it.
Well, yeah, I kind of wish that global warming would hurry its ass up.
We're getting the typical Michigan stuff, snows, melts, rains, snows again.
Yeah. Yeah. And you get more snow than I do. So
Dougie.
yeah, the Duggars.
No fear.
We tend to get a pretty light dose of most of the stuff.
What's up, everybody?
Oh,
Duggar.
not much. What's up with you? You work on that getting that head off yet?
Yeah, your idea didn't work, Dano.
God damn it!
Hey, you tried. We tried. We
I
tried.
tried.
Right. I did get one of the two studs to let loose, though, so I only have one stud holding up the whole shooting match. So, patience is key.
Well, see, my idea worked halfway then.
Well, it didn't work because of that. I did something else.
Oh,
I did that to it, though.
well,
Yeah,
what'd you do?
Well, what I ended up doing was I took a breaker bar. I took a couple of extensions and put it inside where the water neck goes into the flathead, and I put pressure on this side, and I put a screwdriver in on the other side and pried up, and then worked it back and forth from the other direction, and I got the right hand stud to come loose. But the one on the left side is still bound up tight, which is weird because I have taken a nail and a pair of vice grips, and there's a space between the stud and the hole for the flathead, and I've been shoving that nail down in there, busting up that rusty chunky stuff, and I've actually am poking the deck of the head in one spot, and I've been trying to dig at it from either side to try to break up that rust, and it's just slow boat to China. I'll get there though.
You only got one left holding you up, though.
I only got one left holding me up.
Hey, just remember, it can't be stuck if it's liquid. So
This is true, but at the same note, I want to put it back together relatively easy.
it's
Is
just
it
do a
just a
Dan and
bolt?
JB weld. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Has
JB
anybody
welded.
told you to put Croyle on it yet?
I actually have one of my friends who is wants me to use iodine to break the rust. I think that's going to be my iodine. Yes.
Okay, that's a new one.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
So other than I think it's going to make a big gigantic mess, but I think I'm going to give the iodine a try. He said he's unlocked like 4 engines with the iodine.
Huh.
Wow.
Actually, it's the technical term is tincture of iodine, which is a fancy way of saying udder wash for cows.
Exactly. I was just going to say, is there
Yeah,
dairies
there with the
around
old
yet?
dip cup.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you just classed up the live stream. You just said tincture. Okay.
Tincture.
And Doug, the worst part is Pickle works at a tire store. So he's got no excuse for putting those lame shit little tires on his truck.
He probably went shopping. His bottom line is the dollar sign, and he said, "I can get these for
There you
cheaper."
go.
No, he bought Goodyear Duratrack mud tires. He didn't skimp.
Oh,
No, I guarantee if he looked at the manufacturer specs and that's what the size said it was supposed to be, even though it looks like 3 sizes too small.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
isn't he driving a early 2000s F-150?
Yes, which makes it
Something like
those
that.
wheel wells are pretty decent size,
I was just
and
about to
he's
say
got
he
like
could
a
put a
space
31
saver
inch tire
donut
under
on it.
that, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like space saver donuts with mud treads on them.
They
Surprised
look like they
Fifty or
fit on the
nine.
Mustang.
At least he didn't spend a whole bunch of money and get the really small and wide Thornbirds. Remember the Thornbirds?
Oh, I
That had
hated
the
those tires. God,
yeah,
those were horrible.
they had a bitch and tread pattern, but they wore like garbage. They were just a pretty tire. That's all they were.
That was the most popular when they came out. Every 4x4 idiot in Florida had one.
Everyone had them.
Everyone had those bias ply
And then they
tires.
drove them about 40 miles, and those fuckers were worn out like condoms. They looked like slicks when they were done.
And then they were bias ply, so if you let them sit, which those guys all did, and the minute you start driving again, it's like.
Oh yeah, my old Dodge Power Wagon in the wintertime, it sucked
Yep.
because the tires would
Flat spot.
flat spot. Oh yeah, and then it wouldn't be so bad at first because they'd all be together. But the first corner you turn, then it's all out of whack, and then the whole truck's doing one of these numbers for a while till the tires warm up. It wasn't fun.
We had a 1-ton dually international that had bias on it. Yep, same thing.
Oh yeah.
I had bias swampers on my white TJ, and it for the first 5 minutes it was a little lumpy. It was fine. I love those tires though. They're great, skinny. Oh, McDonald's saying the smaller tire size will make him think he's going fast. No, Pickle hates speed.
Pickle doesn't like he maxes out at like 60 kilometers an hour.
That's why I say he's gonna have to do 100 just to keep up with traffic.
Guys, he was like, guys, don't you know I did 60 today, kilometers an hour. I was breaking some law somewhere in Canada.
Yeah.
Wow, I almost slipped and fell in my poutine.
It's like 60 kilometers. That's like 42 miles an hour, Pickle. Whoa, calm your speed down there, boy.
Well, that was the best part. Like,
where's the fire, eh?
I'm not going to speed, but I rolled a homeless guy for his hand sanitizer. It's like, okay, Pickle.
Only because he needed to drink.
That was fucking. Oh,
Pickle.
Pickle has to go mumming this year. He has to make a video of him going mumming.
Yeah.
He's back in Newfoundland.
Yeah, and
So a friend of mine had a mud pickup years ago that had a set of 50-inch gumbos on it. The biggest mud tires that I've ever seen that were on a street-driven vehicle. And that thing sat out in the back for so long, the tires fossilized essentially. And the two steers, neither of them had air pressure in them because my friend pulled the valve course to prove it. And those tires still stood on their own with no air pressure in them.
Wow.
It was just pasture park truck. Wasn't like he was driving it, but that was impressive that it would sit up, holding up an engine and everything, and the tires looked normal.
Yeah, he had petrified tires.
Petrified tires. I would not want to be the man to take those tires off those rims.
No, I love seeing the ads on Facebook Marketplace when there's somebody running those super wide Mickey Thompsons that haven't been made in 20 years. It's like, dude, I understand they're 39-inch tires. No, the super wide truck ones, they haven't that tread they haven't made them in 20 years. It's like,
okay.
There isn't a chance in hell. I mean, like maybe it will roll, but good Lord.
I just saw a set of those not too long ago, and they were on 5.5, and they were zero backspace, but they were like $800. Otherwise, I was going to pick them up for the white truck.
Oh, that's the best part. They want real money for it. It's like, yeah, I know you paid a lot of money 20 years ago for these things, but their life expectancy was up 16 years ago.
Oh, yeah, come on.
I only used it one season.
I ran my Mickey Thompson Indy profiles all over the place. They work just fine, and they're like.
It's a little different when you have a truck that's sky high, and if one of those tires blows, you're going to basically be doing, an Indiana Jones maneuver.
I still got a set of 66s if anybody wants them.
Well, Firestones?
You got nothing to put them on.
2 Firestones and 2 Goodyears.
Oh, Bear Rose monster trucking.
Years ago, me and
We
a
only
friend,
run
we
6
went
pounds
to a.
of pressure in those things. They have such thick sidewalls that it stands up.
Oh, is it like an 8-ply?
Flotation.
12.
12?
Yeah.
God, you need 3 men and a small
Firestones are
dog
14.
just to move the tire around. That thing's.
Yeah, they're
I thought
with the
8-plies were bad.
wheel. They're about 1,100 pounds each.
They the
Wow.
flotation tire.
Oh, we're talking about monster truck tires.
Yep.
Yeah. So how do you mount them on the rim? Is that like a bolt together rim or a split rim?
Split rim.
Split rim. Yeah, those can be fun if you're not careful.
They come with the
Yeah,
tire
Widowmaker.
changer. I'll throw it in. Because I never want to see it again.
Years
Yeah,
ago,
I know this guy who grooves tires and stuff. So you might want to talk to him.
groovy.
Where are you pointing? You're pointing over
Right,
there. There's nobody
This guy.
over there.
This guy.
Oh,
I know, but Dan, that's half the fun is pointing the wrong direction. Because every time
It
I
was
do this,
cheaper than paying someone.
That guy?
yeah, that
Oh,
guy,
okay.
That guy?
that guy,
That guy?
that guy.
Maybe this
That guy?
guy.
Let's do this.
Or that guy?
When we were
I know.
running those
This
tires,
guy.
they were actually the cheapest part of the whole truck. We get them for free.
They're
Nice.
definitely
They're
cheaper than
takeoff.
paying someone to cut them, though.
Right?
Oh, we did that with you take a serrated blade knife, and then you break the handle off and cut it for a sawzall. You put it in your sawzall, and then just go to town.
The voice of experience.
We used to cut them
And-
with a chainsaw too, and then
It's a nasty job.
make a chisel blade and just
Uh-huh.
heat it up with a torch and get 3 or 4 cuts out of them.
Make your own hot knife. Yeah.
Yep. Now you just use a little, I can't think of what you call it. What the hell's that tool I used? Can't think of what the name of it is.
Was it one of those little vibrator tools? The
Yeah. The oscillator. You can use an oscillator now.
Ah,
Smooth the blade, whoop, right through it. It's not as clean as like using a hot knife or an actual tire groover, but I mean,
right.
like for the white truck, I just cut it for the dirt. I didn't need it smooth.
Yeah,
So-
you need some mud tires on your Mustang, Dan.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Called the Mud Stang.
Mustang.
The Mud Stang.
I'd like to get another just toy car that I can do shit like that with. The Mustang is too nice to ruin, but I want a car that's already ruined so that I have no fear of ruining it even further.
Those
Well,
are
I
the
mean,
best
keep
ones
working
to get
on
a
your
hold of.
Mustang. You'll get there, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need something to throw your free engine into. So
Yeah. Yeah. The Mustang is on the way.
That,
Already
that,
got the power plant for the Mustang.
that engine is never going to rotate again. I guarantee you.
Signature of iodine, just saying. Like I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
just-
know. I haven't even. I took the valve cover off it, and that's as far as I got. I haven't even touched it yet.
How bad does it look? Like the looks like it's been laying next to the frickin' Titanic under the valve
Yeah.
cover. Oh,
Well,
great!
not in patches. There's some patches where some oil residue saved it, and other patches where it did not. So,
yeah, just do
the
a
oil
short
stepped
walking
out
into.
that day.
Just do a short walking into Walmart, buy a bunch of iodine, and just say I need this, and just go out and just start pouring it on the.
No, just
Yeah.
don't even bother going to
Needle.
Walmart. Go to the farm store and just
Yep.
buy a gallon. It's like
Yeah.
$15 for the iodine.
Yep.
Way
Yeah.
better too.
Yep.
It's
I
more
was thinking
pure.
of just filling the whole fucking thing up with something and just letting it soak until
Submerge it in a pool of ATF.
yeah, pretty much ATF. fucking vinegar. Vinegar will eat this shit away. Might not be anything left by the time I get around to it, but at
Yeah.
least it'll be clean.
I've also heard of guys using molasses as a rust remover.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Not there. Don't do it there. No.
Molasses?
Yeah,
That
the
just sounds
cleanup
like it made a
process
mess.
is horrible. Go back and watch Heaven's Mopar. He tried that trick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nasty.
I mean, I'm
It
sure.
works,
I'm
but
sure
the
it might
cleanup-
take the rust off, but then you gotta take the molasses
You got to
off.
get the molasses off.
Might be
That's
equal.
exactly what I was thinking. So, what I wanted to see, we were talking about tires, and I wanted to tell you guys this story because it's funny as hell. A friend of mine and I went to a auto auction, and we bought a retired, or he bought a retired Power Company 78 Dodge pickup. It was a D300 single tire 1-ton with a Tommy gate on the back of it. It was white, and you could still read the Power Company logo on the door. They just lightly fogged it over. And it had a 360 in it, and it ran pretty decent. So we're driving it home from the auto auction. We stopped off and filled it up full of fuel. And then it got a sip of that fresh gas and started to cheer up. And we're also blowing the cobwebs out of it. We're halfway home, and he goes, God, I think this thing will do a burnout. So when the light turns green, he does a power brake on it, and he peeled both the caps off of the retreads in the middle of the intersection.
No.
Yeah, we drove home on
Walked
course.
out of the
It
donut.
was fun.
Yeah.
Dan, John Wilburn saying, don't pee on that chair. You'll freeze yourself to it.
Well, no, this chair I'd be fine with because I'm inside. Yeah.
Just go, man. Just go.
Yeah. If I was out there, I'd
Oh,
have.
it's nice and warm. I know.
Yeah. Well, out
Like,
there,
oh,
I might have to just do that to keep myself fucking warm, for Christ's sake.
I traded it for the van straight up. This thing gets 58 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, well, John said by all means pee.
Well, hey now, there's got to be
Thank
some
John.
super chats happening if you want that.
No, I think John's trying to give you a strike.
Are you talking about only Dan's content?
Yeah, only Dan's content.
Yes, that's an only Dan's video right there.
Yes.
I had a really great weekend last weekend. John Cope and one of his closest friends, childhood friends, came up to visit me for the weekend. So I got to show them all around West Michigan.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun.
So what's going on with you, Bear Rose?
Oh, and just hanging, collecting parts, going to work, going to work, collecting parts.
It happens.
Oh, heck, you got
I-
super cool.
I've been buying tunnel rams like they're going out of style.
Oh, have you?
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
How many
seen a
you have
tunnel.
for Big Block Mopar?
I ain't got no big block Mopars though.
Okay.
Well, then it gave me an excuse to buy one.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, if you had one for a 383, there's someone 2 doors over that might be interested in one.
Yeah.
No, and
I am looking for one for a 318, 340, 360 though.
Ooh, small block.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I did technically buy another 383 today. So
Another.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
somebody over there is gifting me a 383, and then I felt like, if you got one, you might as well have another. So
Yeah. It's the first one's the hardest one to find. After that, they get easier.
yeah, apparently.
And I just need a blower.
I found a blower on Marketplace for a friend of mine, and he went and got it. So that was pretty awesome. The guy wanted It doesn't have a blower snout. It doesn't have its drive snout, and it doesn't have something else. But other than that, it's
That's
complete,
almost
including a
Mopar.
small block Chevy intake manifold, blower intake manifold. He wanted $1,000 for it or trade for a set of wheels and tires. So my friend actually offered him a set of nice U.S. slot mags, newer U.S. slot mags, and Hoosier tires. The guy was over the moon happy about it, and my friend was happy about it too. So good deal around the horn.
Win-win.
What were you holding up there, Bear Rose?
I just picked up a set of 81 Volare. Yeah, Volare rotors. That's what I use to convert straight axle Fords
Nice.
to disc brake.
Really?
Run them with a GM caliper. So
Nice.
there's a little bit of Mopar in every Ford I do.
That's what makes them better.
And
Yeah,
a
when
little
you combine
Chevy.
the Ford stuff that doesn't run with the Chrysler stuff that doesn't run, you have a complete vehicle.
I got to
Nice
run,
to be able to
guys.
see.
I'll catch you later.
Take care,
Thanks for
Lamborghini.
coming in, Dervord.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
You know, I
I
seen
thought
on
there was
Facebook Marketplace.
four.
I seen on
Oh.
Facebook Marketplace, 302 tunnel ram polished, and I thought of you. Thought, yeah, I gotta get that thing so that we can have a polished tunnel ram off.
Dano, that would be cool. You should get that.
It was only $250.
Oh,
That's
how did you
friggin'
walk away?
cheap. Why
It
didn't you
was
get-
extremely cheap.
How
Yeah.
did you, with carbs?
No, just the tunnel ram. But just the tunnel ram in of itself is like super rare because you can't even buy them new. Like some tunnel rams, you can still at least buy like new, shell out a fortune for. These things, they just don't make tunnel rams for small block Fords anymore.
Not since
Everybody's
Holly
buying
bought
tunnel
Ryan.
rams now.
Huh?
Everybody's buying tunnel rams now. I know I talked to somebody.
It's
Yeah.
the in thing, man.
I should buy it.
You should.
You
should.
should.
Especially for that price.
You know
Yeah,
what?
you
How about
should,
this? Dan, you are buying it.
I am buying it.
Yes, you
If it
are
wasn't
buying it.
if it wasn't so
You will
close
get
to
the tunnel
Christmas,
ram.
if it wasn't so close to Christmas, I'd have it already. But
Isn't that exactly how it goes? The one time when money's the tightest, when you you could do it, but you really shouldn't. That's when the deal presents itself, and you're going. "Argh." Any other time, I'd be all over it, but not right now.
Just give
and
up cigars.
they'll be gone before I get a chance too.
That's how it
Guaranteed.
always is. Yep.
Yep.
Day late, dollar short. Story of my life.
Every time. I thought though, if it was nicely polished, I could put it on the top of the Christmas tree, as like the star.
Tunnel ram the tree. Yeah, buddy.
I would do that if Lady Dougster would let me do it, but it ain't happening.
It's like guys at work used to say, better to beg forgiveness than ask permission, Doug.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't know her. She heard you and she just said, "You don't know me."
Doug, put it up there. She'll never notice.
Right. She'll never notice a big shiny hunk of aluminum.
Yeah.
You're right.
Wrap it up in lights. It'll blend.
It's shiny.
Shiny.
Oh, tunnel ram, your runners are long and spindly.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Oh, tunnel ram. Oh, how you shine so brightly.
All right, Tom. Slide whistle and that. You have 2 new things to do.
Me and my tunnel ram, vroom, 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 vroom.
Potato, potato, potato.
Potato, potato. Now, that's how you get a gearhead into the holiday spirit.
You know what else I saw? I saw. I don't know the year of it. I think it was a 70. Was it a 79? Might have been a 79 F-150 long flatbed for sale. $1,500.
Long
360.
flatbed? You mean like the super
Yeah.
long Ford truck?
Yeah, but
regular-
it's got like a big flatbed on it, so I could
Yeah.
almost like a ramp truck, but not.
Well, both
Oh,
GM
like a
and
13-footer?
Ford both made 10-foot bed trucks. So
Uh-huh.
is it a 10-foot bed truck? Or did somebody take a regular pickup and make a really super long box for it?
They
I-
made utility
Well,
trucks
no,
too.
it's not a box. It's just a flat bed.
Like flat bed. But they
But
could have taken
I
the
think-
chassis from a 10-foot bed and
Yeah, because the
Or
wheel
just bought a
spacing is
utility.
wider.
I got a
15
couple of
bucks.
those.
Assuming it's a 350 series,
Yeah,
they did make
junkyard.
them longer. You know, that cabin chassis probably would have come with a flatbed.
Yeah, you order them without a
then
bed. And
You could also get those weird camper special packages where it was like a foot longer bed, so it was like a 9-foot bed and a weirder wheelbase.
Yeah,
The
no,
wheelbase is another foot
back
longer.
tires way back by the tailgate. They're kind of weird looking.
it was
They're
cool.
They look like you could do something cool with them. Like it'd be a sweet project because you don't see them very often. But yeah, they don't look quite right. Hey, Junkyard D.
Oh no, it looked the
There,
proportions were good. It had
Yeah.
wooden slots,
had to say,
fence like on the back.
kid on it.
It had like the paint job was like a mint green, all patinaed and shit. It was nice.
What year?
4 feet, 360, runs, drives, stops, $1,500. I should go get that.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
draw
I
a
think
face
we'll
on
need
it, Doug,
to
and call it an angel for the tunnel ram topper.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Or
got
blessed
another one.
Mary, Mother of horsepower.
Or
I got
wait,
another one
wait,
for
wait, wait.
Christmas. Deck
All right,
the
you
halls
go
with
first.
dumpy big blocks.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, okay, see, it's a tunnel ram, right? So you
Mhm.
put the tunnel ram on top of the tree, and then
Yeah.
you have space for both an angel and a star. See? It's the dual quad
It's-
of trees.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
See?
And this whole time I was putting the angel on top of the star and made it inappropriate.
Exactly.
Wow, it's awesome.
Exactly.
Or if you really wanted to sneak it under the radar, is use it as a tree stand. Just put the tree in the tunnel ram.
But then
Yeah,
you'd have
but
to have two trees.
then my lady's gonna want to dump water in it to water the tree, and then you know how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Eh,
Actually, I could have 2 trees in that.
nice. Art Man says he's here for the Christmas Carol, so we'll probably get stupider. So just hold on.
We're lowering expectations as the minutes pass.
Vroom, 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 vroom,
vroom.
vroom, vroom.
All
I
want
have no
is
gas
have
money.
fun
Vroom, 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 vroom.
Oh,
It's leaky oil, you see. Vroom, 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 vroom.
Simple minds are amused easily, are they not, gentlemen?
Yeah.
That's why we're
Poke
happy.
it. Keep poking it. Yeah, we'll have to we're doing a epic live stream group. We're getting the band back together. So Friday the 20th.
Getting the band back together.
Dan-
Bravo for God.
Suppose.
Yeah, well, hey, everybody said yes. It doesn't mean everybody's gonna show up, but it's just hush. Dan,
I
Tom,
believe it
Liddy,
was.
Junkyard, DNS, and Pickle, and me on our live stream again for the first time in at least a year. So
wow.
Did you
Pickle's gonna be there too?
I know. Well, no,
Yeah.
no, he said yes, but that's also like he said he was gonna pay Dan's daughter. That's been 3 years now, I think. He
and
owes
he
me
owes money too. Yeah.
He owes me. We went together to buy Dan a housewarming gift. We all got together and did tools. Pickle owes me $30 American for that. So
But hey, 6%. at least he doesn't owe you shirts.
That is true.
He owes you shirts, Dan?
No,
No.
it's that's a
No.
whole nother. That's
No,
another thing. That's
it's a
not
whole
actually
nother
pickle
ballgame.
related. That's another. That's a indirect, non-specific reference to somebody that you know.
Ah,
Yes.
I know. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew you would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't, but that's probably. All right. This guy doesn't, but we'll figure it out later. Hey, LP, what's happening? Oh,
Yes. I am 100% on board now.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, we stopped this. We stopped the short bus just so you could catch up. Don't worry.
I was hoping you'd like have like a laughing reaction to when I said that. I was kind of disappointed.
At first I wasn't hip to it, and then yeah.
I think
So
he
now-
legitimately was upset that Pickle owed you shirts.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, why would Piccolo owe you a shirt? But now
Damn
I
it.
Goddamn shirt.
Yeah, no trust in the Canadians.
No,
I can say that I is one.
I wouldn't say that too loud. Might sound like you're
That's fine.
proud
I can
of
see it from the end of my street.
Oh, the gas store Batmobile has been moved to display. It now is. I have a little thing of toy cars on my entertainment center in my living room, and the Batmobile's over there.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So we just in case Barrows doesn't know, we
Well, he's not here to listen to what you're saying.
I know we'll
Or
do
is
that
he
later.
listening and just not on camera?
That is possible. So that just means we need to send you more Batmobiles, doesn't it, Doug?
Perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get a picture of all of us together? I don't remember if we did.
Which version of all? I know that you, me, your brother, and Jim were together, and then
Right.
you, me, Doug, and Alex were together at the taking Scott back to the airport when we all traveled north.
Yeah, we did. We
I don't
got a
think we
picture
got a-
together in front of the Chambler at the rest area.
Yeah,
Okay, we did.
We did.
yeah.
All right.
If you don't have it, let me know and I'll send it to you. I know I've got it
I would.
somewhere.
I would
Yeah.
like that picture.
I
Oh, you don't-
I want that picture too.
All right, let me. If it's not on my phone, it's in the computer. I'll find it the next day or two and send it to you guys.
I'd
Okay.
sure enough appreciate that.
I was gonna say what you should do, Doug, is you should have that picture of us framed with the Batmobile in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good idea.
memento.
Yeah.
So Bear Rosa, at No Name, there was a Fago pop box of Batmobile Hot Wheels cars,
Uh-huh.
and that he knows of, about 40 of them ended up in his campsite and in his truck.
Just randomly throughout the whole event.
The last count that I knew of was when Scott actually showed me where the gas, because he actually opened the gas door on my truck and put a Batmobile next to the gas cap. And then we drove from Sykeston all the way up. I think we fueled a little south of Indy where we fueled up, Scott. At
That
the
was
truck
like
stop.
400 miles. It was almost Ohio.
Yeah. And he's like, you haven't found it by now, so here. And he opens up my gas door. And I had just filled the tank on my truck and I didn't see it. I filled up twice and didn't see it.
We were literally at a gas station. We were going to split up and go separate the other parts of the state because I'm here and they're here. And I was like, all right, dude, I wanted to see you find this. I want to hear 6%. No, I never got that. So I hit it. I literally put it behind the filler neck. Like I put it back in there behind his cap inside the door.
Yeah, it was off to the left. I didn't see. And when he pulled that thing out, I'm like, how the hell did I miss that? Not once, but twice.
If that would have showed up at the M3 concourse, well, M1 concourse, but yeah, it's fine.
I Batimus,
Batimus Prime.
Batimus Prime.
That's Brian.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I am Dougstermus Prime.
So, like, throughout the whole event, you could just see Dougster slowly getting angrier and angrier and angrier.
It just kept going and going, and then someone roped other people into continuously giving him Batmobiles in undisclosed locations. I don't know who that someone could be.
Oh, I have no idea
No
who it
idea.
could be.
No.
Oh, it was Barrows. Barrows did it. It's all your fault,
Probably.
Barrows.
I'm thinking it was Alex. I don't wanna,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm blaming him. Yeah.
But that way they're responsible for deniability for everybody because everybody had a pocket full of Batmobiles and just
Oh,
kept
I'm
leaving
sure
them.
they did. Well, I also had intel telling me on who the culprits were. So a certain pair of brothers went hog wild in camp, I was told.
Yeah, but I don't know how trustworthy that intel is, to be honest with you.
Well, it's pretty bad when I get pulled off to the side and be like, you got guys? I'm like, oh yeah, that's normal.
Wait, so you
No,
got
it wasn't that bad. I did ask someone. He's like, yeah, it was. I seen those guys doing it.
so you got like the Epstein list of Batmobile accomplices?
I just might. I can't incriminate myself. You know, I could. I may not. You never know.
Uh-oh,
man.
I'm moving to England.
Oh Jesus!
Tim, stick to home, bud.
Hey, what happens in No Name stays in No Name.
Right.
Unless it's a Batmobile, then it travels back with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't stay at No Name. It traveled with them.
Someone might still have half a box of Batmobiles somewhere,
Oh yeah.
but it's not me for once. So
Oh right. Hey, you know what? In the grand scheme of it all, it is funny. It was just like every time I'd walk out of my camp and come back to camp, and you'd just be all of a sudden you're on Batmobile watch. Oh, there's one. There's another one. There's another one. You know, 10 Batmobiles, 20 Batmobiles, 30 Batmobiles, 40 Batmobiles.
Dougster's is over at the grill, just eyeballing everybody.
Just
Right.
eyeballing everywhere. Looks down. Fuck, there's one on the grill.
There's one in the grill, there's one in the cooler, and then some of the pop cans had ruptured, so now there's the water's all tinted of like a red pop. So there's a sticky Batmobile in the cooler. Great.
Yeah.
Sticky Batmobile's the worst kind of Batmobile.
I was just going to
I mean,
say,
depends on what's making the Batmobile sticky.
That's like trying to clean it with molasses right there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I
That way
always
you don't
wondered, how many moles' asses does it take to make a jar of molasses? Because if you read it, it says right on it, moles' asses. It's one of the things I always wondered.
Yeah.
Just like when you buy Amish chickens, what do they do with the little beards and the little hats?
Well, they glue on to the next one.
Oh, right. Oh, I see. It's I get it. Yeah, this was Dad's. Now it's
The
mine.
Amish
And
don't
my
let
son
anything
will
go to
have it.
waste.
Okay, yeah.
The
What
Amish
makes
do
it
not let
special,
anything go to waste. So yeah, cat's out of the bag, Doug. It was Jim.
Yeah, no, it was Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Jim.
I didn't want to say anything.
damn it, Jim.
Yeah, it's that all shucks awesome nice guy nature that really hides the evil mastermind. He's really going excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, he finally got his
They'll never suspect me.
Yes.
Me and Tom got witnessed at your campsite going, oh, Jim, what are you doing?
No, you were witness being the masterminds of hiding. saying the whole time as you're doing it, Jim, what are you doing? Stop that. That's Dougster's stuff.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
we were the masterminds of hiding because after we witnessed Jim do that, I looked at Tom and said, "We got."
Oh, Jim gave you all the best ideas. Yeah. Kick the guy who's not here.
The only person I know for a fact who didn't put a Batmobile in your camp is Jim. Like, I don't know, somebody might have walked up to Dan and Tom and handed them, handfuls of Batmobiles and said, "Give these to Doug."
Oh, yes. I know that.
Yeah,
I know that happened.
Doug, but not directly.
Yeah. Just disperse them everywhere around Doug's area.
It's like, damn it! I just got rid of the ones you gave me a half hour ago.
Oh, he admitted it. He admitted it. I thought it was Jim the whole time, but no. It was Kim.
Yeah, it was Kim.
It was Kim.
Well, there was a Kim at No Name, so you could blame that Kim.
There you go.
You know, there were enough
Hey,
homeless people down in Missouri. We just hired out a couple of them to go do it.
Yeah. Actually, I felt really bad for Kim from Kim Fixes Things. I think she had too much sun, and she ended up having to take a nap across the seat of her Dart. Poor lady.
Well, she and Buff Del Campo, they had a rough weekend then because he got sick and had to go to the hospital, I think.
No.
Did?
He cracked up his Mazda on the way home. He actually had a car accident. And
I thought he
that's
had
how-
a diabetic incident
Yes.
when he was at the event.
No,
I'll have to check on him. Is that? I knew that.
yeah.
I thought I had something backwards.
Yeah, he had a car accident, and that's how he totaled out his Mazda. As a matter of fact, that chocolate brown and tan Ford Fairmont that he just picked up, he bought that with the insurance check that he got for his Mazda.
oh wow.
Yep.
Huh.
Gentlemen, that brown car that Buff picked up is a Texas Peach. That is
That's
a nice
a-
car.
Zephyr.
No, Fairmont, Ford Fairmont.
It is a Fairmont. I thought it was
It
a
is a
Mercury
Fairmont.
Zephyr.
Well, you know what? Good point. I don't know if I think it's a Fairmont. It could be a Zephyr.
Same
I mean,
thing.
it's the same
Right
thing.
there. Yeah,
It's the same lady in the same dress
Different.
with different earrings.
different badge. Yep.
Yep.
Just different grill.
Yeah, different grill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
so
uncle at one time had a fleet of 5 of those cars. 4
Really?
doors and 2 doors. Yeah. They were easy to work on, and his wife had one, he had one, both of his daughters drove one, and they had one as a spare.
and
My aunt
Juan is
had one.
asking, if it's called No Name, does it mean it has no name? No. It's like My Baloney has the first name. It's
Actually, Juan's right. It's the drag race formerly known as the No Name Nationals. Now it's just a symbol, like Prince was at one time.
it's just 3 ends in a circle. Insurance claim for multiple Batmobiles.
Yes, all my Batmobiles are stolen.
No, here, sir. What happened to your Dodge truck? Batmobiles. Batmobiles
Batmobiles.
everywhere.
Batmobiles everywhere.
Yeah, I now have PTSD related to Batmobiles, Hot Wheels Batmobiles.
Shouldn't that be PTSD?
Post traumatic.
Batmobiles.
Post-traumatic bad
I'm
syndrome.
surprised. I'm surprised that one Batmobile in the gas
Yeah,
flap
Phil.
area. Filler area. I'm surprised that stayed put as you were Dukes of Hazarding it around semi truck.
Yeah. When you basically did the hold my beer maneuver to get on the off ramp. We all thought I was like,
said hold my beer and watch this.
I was thinking, what does it have to say at your funeral?
Whoa.
I'll tell you what, I think
Double
that I
dog
submitted
dare.
myself as the official driver that day with Dano and Tom.
That was great. I literally looked over at Tom and goes, "Well, there goes Doug." And then I look in the rearview mirror, watching the thing happen. I'm just like, "Holy shit! Is he?
Yeah.
No, he made it! Oh my god!"
Doug was driving Miss Motherfucking Daisy all the way down from Michigan. The minute we get another guy in the car lot with us and going up north, he's like, "Fuck this shit." Wah!
Old Black Betty's got it when I need it.
Dude, I can only imagine the semi truck driver's reaction to that. He was
Oh, I'm sure that I was called a great guy and a God loving individual, and yeah.
But did you put the Ram Jam Black Betty song on as you did the Herc Jerk maneuver there?
No. I actually like to use the tune from Motorhead, and that is I just forgot the name of the song.
But Ace of Spades?
The Ace of Spades, yes, because the truck's black.
I could have
Ram
sworn.
Jam has a song called Black Betty, and that's what I figured you meant was with the Black Betty was that.
Oh yeah, that's why she is Black Betty Bam Lamb. I just wanted to go off on something different. That is the reason.
God.
Yes, Black Betty because of the song.
I swear to God, I looked back there and I saw him doing one of these.
Yeah. He's going like, "Oh my bear, oh my bear."
I watched this in a movie once, man.
Just the fucking hat flip and the radio crank.
Yeah. Or no, Dan, just a little bit of just a little to the side.
I'm too drunk to taste this chicken.
Oh, McDonald's saying
Horn
70
Bro,
Irish City
watch
guys
your
have hair.
finger.
Hey, I have hair.
Yeah, I have it. It's strategically placed in other parts of my body.
Strategically.
It's true. Yeah,
Strategically.
he's
What's
fucking
this?
blocking radar signals with his head.
Yeah.
Oh,
It has begun.
oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
that would
never
be
be
the
able to
correct
look at a
question.
robin in the same way again.
See it there in the middle?
I used to have hair before all the steroids, and all I got was the Hulk Hogan hairline and the Hulk Hogan physique. So,
Oh, there you go.
nope. Hold on, let's full screen the Doug collection.
Ooh.
Is that a wooden Chrysler, Doug?
My friend Brad made that for me, R.I.P. Brad, and it is got a roof line on it that is very 67 Belvedere-esque. I can't get you a side view of it. Yeah, it's very 67 Belvedere-esque, and
Yeah, but
it's
it has the ground clearance of the Chambler.
oh yeah, definitely it definitely has the ground clearance of the Chambler. Yeah, my friend Brad made that for me as a Christmas gift.
Nice.
And then the aluminum car is actually pretty cool too. My uncle made that for me in like 1980. It's all engine turned, 2 pieces of aluminum engine turned, and the license plates is my name. I've had that since I was a real little kid. I don't remember not having it.
Yeah, that's when toys were made out of real stuff like metals. You really could hurt yourself.
Well, my uncle made that. He was working in as a tool and die maker, and he made that at work for us.
Nice.
He made one for me. He made one for my 2 cousins also, and his son. So there's 4 at one time. I think I'm the only one who still has his aluminum car, unfortunately.
Old McDonald says, "Is that a Bigfoot statue?"
Yeah, that's a Sasquatch. Some friends of ours, his name is Dan also, and everyone calls him Dan Squanch.
Yeah, see, more only Dan's. That's at least 3 I can think of.
That's right. I can send a whole bunch of Dans. Dan's in to join in with the only Dans.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I don't know many Dans. I think I've only known like 2 Dans my whole life.
I actually know a Dano also. That's how he signs all his paperwork is Dan O because of his last name.
Sounds like Dan. Oh,
Dan O? Well, that could be Dan O or Dan O.
oh.
Or Dan.
Don't you?
Oh.
No.
Like he,
Or
he's
Dan,
signing
no.
his name, he's always surprised that his name is Dan. It's like, Dan,
Right.
oh,
Whoa.
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah. Maybe even the
Oh.
ladies might even say Dan. Oh.
yeah.
It's probably more like Dan. No.
Yeah, Dan, no. DANO. Dan, no.
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 Just
Oofta.
no. Ugh.
Oh man.
So, do you guys have any Christmas plans? Any holiday stuff coming up that you're looking forward to?
Family Christmas on my mom's side of the family at my mom and dad's house this year. Usually for holidays we rotate between the family members' houses, and this year is going to be at my mom and dad's house. And then the next day we're actually going to do the private family Christmas. So that's the 21st, and then the 22nd will be private family Christmas, and then I think Christmas Day at my mother-in-law's.
Doug, you didn't. Made a big grimace when you said that. You might want to not. When you say it to her, you might want to. Hey!
I enjoy hanging out at my mother-in-law's.
Your face didn't say that. Not one bit.
Speaking of mother-in-law, her boyfriend just picked up a 67 Jeep.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got the winter. It's got a metal sissy cab on it. It's got a Buick 6 in it, and it's just got a plow rig for this winter. That's all it is, but it is still pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah, I've re-upped my Jeep count, so everything's right with the world again. The Dogster.
That's Ruby.
Yeah, my giant Doberman's laying beside me, but he's too old for me to show him to you.
Yeah.
Max is a good boy. I like him.
Yeah, he's 12 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
He's a big old boy.
Yeah. Scott and his lady friend are gone getting some adhesive for us so we could finish the glass install on the Chambler. And I'm just walking in the house to get something to drink, and old Max is laying on the couch, and I step in, and he's like, "Hey, that's it."
He just looks over and goes,
Yeah.
take whatever you want. Just leave my food full.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're gonna pet me? Cool.
Yeah, you as long as you pet me, you're fine, and leave my shit.
Yeah.
You're like, no. You take that. I don't care. Just leave that. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
wait. The good
Actually,
stuff's
I
over
want
here.
you to take that.
Yeah. Just drop the cookies on the,
Yeah, I
on the floor
was
when
just
you
about
leave.
to say. Hey, wait, he's got the cookies. Urgh.
Hey, he'd be extremely threatening if you didn't see him. If you just saw like his shadow and his size. And
Oh,
you heard
yeah.
him.
He's a
He'd
big
scare the
guy,
shit out of
but
you.
yeah, he's laid back is an understatement with him.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah. Just Christmas Eve, like usual. We go over to the families on Christmas Eve, celebrate. By the time we get back home, Santa's already been here. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I sent out my Christmas letter to Santa, and I said that, "Dear Santa, my name is Doug. I've been a good boy this year. Could I please have a 65 Pontiac Cadillac or Grand Prix 421 tri-power 4-speed in emerald green? Maybe it'll be under the tree this year."
Yeah, it's gonna be about this scale.
I wish it was a lot bigger than that. I'd be all right with it, but
Water. What about you, Barrows?
Oh, the grandbaby's coming.
I was just
For a
about to say,
week,
is this her first or second Christmas?
First one.
That's what I thought. How many cars does she own right now, Kim?
One.
One? Okay. I thought you
Just
caught her
one so
two for
far.
some reason.
a 65 Dodge Fart.
Oh, that white one.
Well, a little blue, but yeah, it's got some black on it. I think it's got some green on it somewhere too.
What was the white Mopar that you ended up having to pull the back seat out and
It's blue.
oh, it was blue? I
It's
thought it
so
was white.
oxidized that it looks white, though.
Ah,
It's
now
actually the
I'm
same
on board.
color as that shirt there,
Okay.
but it's heavy oxidized.
Oh, so at one time it was Hooker eyeshadow blue. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've never heard
Everybody
that
knows that
explanation.
color too. That's the sad thing. Oh yeah,
I've never heard that expression before, Doug. That's a new one.
And my Cutlass was really heavily oxidized. I had great ambitions on cleaning the paint, but I ended up just giving up right away. So it was all nicely oxidized except one spot was real shiny. Right on the back. But it had it had big fender graphics on it from like a dyno shop or something the past owner had. I peeled those off because I found those extremely tacky, but it left ghost.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
ghost
Yeah.
print on the fenders.
where the rest of the paint had faded in the sun, but that hadn't.
Yep.
Now, wasn't that car like a bronze or a copper color?
It was red.
Red?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like a deep red, but oxidized into like a brownish red.
Okay.
Okay.
Almost
Boy,
like
I guess I am striking out in the color department, but then again, we have this little faded out thing going on.
true.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because on camera, Dan's Cutlass looked like it was bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody says the
Like-
Mustang looks orange too, but it's red.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
because the Mustang is orange, Dan.
The Mustang is orange.
You can call it poppy seed or poopy seed or whatever the hell you're calling it, but it's still orange, Dan.
It's
Well,
it's red.
the-
I mean,
The 1970 GTO color is called carousel red. But the funny thing is, in 1970 on the Camaro, that same color is called Hugger orange.
Yeah. I was just going to say that.
Well,
That's
I
my
guess he's
dad's
got
favorite
red and
color
black.
for some reason.
I actually know where a 69 Grand Prix SJ 428 HO 4-speed car is in carousel red, has a hood tack, and it's all complete. But here's the kicker: it is sat outside for 25 years, and it is an absolute rust bucket.
Where's the kicker?
It's completely rusted out. I need to find another car body and transfer all the parts over.
Where's the kicker?
The kicker in the trunk.
That's a blank slate. You can do whatever you want to it.
As rare as the 428 HO SJ Grand Prix is concerned, that deserves to be restored properly. It's a rare car. It's a fast car.
Pop the VIN plate off. I'm sure it won't take much. Just stick it with the title and sell it.
Hey, everything's numbers matching with the right etching equipment and stamps, Doug. So
Oh, I know. There's some shrewd bastards out there that are making number matching blocks every day.
and is it the Camaros and
Rams
the Shelbys that
Lamont.
there's more numbers matching, or there's more original cars than they ever made now?
Oh, I bet.
You know, I really didn't like the way you phrased that. How did you phrase that?
Freeze what?
There's a lot of what kind of people?
Crafty people?
Oh, that you didn't. Yeah, you said it a little harsher than that.
Yeah. I think I said crafty motherfuckers.
I prefer passionate individuals. really.
Passionate individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, but these passionate individuals, the only reason why they're doing these under the table unsightly things is so they can claim big money because it's a
Juice
all
the price.
original.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
there you
really,
go, Dan.
who are you hurting in this scenario, right? I mean, he's
Well,
making you're giving this guy, what he believes is an all original man. You're making him as long as he never finds out, you're clear.
Yeah,
so you're
that's the
telling me
problem.
that
They
it's
always find out,
perfectly
Dan.
okay for me to sell, Kim a $40,000 car when it's really a $15,000 car?
Well,
And
I wouldn't buy a
why
$40,000
is
car.
Well, I know, but
Four
still,
thousand dollar car is pushing it.
right?
Yeah, here you go, Danny. This is from your brother.
what
it's
is?
it's 2024, guys. Orange identifies as red now.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
That's right. What are Orange's pronouns?
I am red.
No. For orange, for Dan's Mustang, it's wasn't were.
Wasn't were. I was red. I'm now orange.
But really, there's nothing wrong with doing a clone as long as you pass it as a clone.
I agree, but that was the point I was trying to make. Is when you make a clone and you're trying to pass it off as the real deal and claim that kind of money, that's when I have the issue. But you're right. If you can say right off the rip, this is a clone, this is a tribute, this is built in the style of, yeah.
Oh, that's a good looking GTO. Well, actually, it's a Le Mans.
Actually, it's a Le Mans. Some of those Le Manses, especially the ones,
yeah,
the Le Mans that they smashed up in the movie. Oh, what was it? It was bronze. Was it the French Connection or the Seven Ups? I think it was the French Connection.
The one where he raced the overhead train.
Yes,
That was French Connection. That's French Connection.
yeah, the French Connection. I felt so bad for that Pontiac.
They didn't pull permits for that movie. They just drove that effing car.
Yeah. The
And
guy who
accident under the bridge was actually an accident.
Yeah.
That guy that he hit had nothing to do with anything.
I'm not surprised. The driver who did most of the fast driving in the French Connection was also the driver of the black Charger in Bullet. He's famous for his fast driving. He's done a lot of it. And as a matter of fact, other movies where they were doing that in-city driving like that, he was a consultant showing them how to do it. And Bullet 2, they didn't pull no permits. They did they did the whole better ask for forgiveness and permission. And they just went out through San Francisco and just ripped it up.
Same
with the original Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yes. The original Gone in 60 is my all-time favorite. Toby Halicki was so great. I mean, most of the cars that are getting smashed up in that movie were titled in Toby Halicki's name. He owned most of the cars that were getting wrecked. The Cadillac scene where the cruiser comes off and it plows into the side, T-bones the side of that row of Cadillacs. The first 4 or 5 were Toby's, but it ended up damaging number 6 and number 7, so Toby had to buy those.
Well, yeah, he also owned a junkyard, so it's that he did have a leg up on a lot of that.
In the original Gone in 60, when they're walking through the shop and it's all that really nasty dark brown stuff, that is actually Toby Halicki's real shop that they're walking through. Toby grew up poor and he didn't have a lot of toys and stuff as a kid. So when he got famous, that's when he went out and started really doubling down on toys. I guess he had just tables upon tables upon tables of toys, license plates, gas pumps, gas signs, all sorts of Petronia and all that stuff. I went after the when Toby's wife had to liquidate his estate, they had an auction there. And man, would I love to have been there.
I think when he hit that light pole, I think he actually broke a couple ribs. When he
Oh
did
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to happen
That
either.
wasn't
No, it
supposed
was
to happen.
not.
They left it in the movie. He hurt his back something fierce, that big jump at the end
Yeah.
that they show 100 times in slow-mo and stuff. He literally hurt his back when that car come down and slammed down.
They used one car through that whole fucking take
Yeah.
too. And it still drove afterwards.
Well,
They,
that
they
car
had
was,
it in the promotional stuff too. The 20 years later, when they re-released everything, they still had the car.
And
Yep.
it's never been fixed. It's still all bent up and twisted. And
yep.
he used to travel around the country showing off the car.
The end of the movie
Like
is so
bent in
great when he
half
quick
and-
hustles it up into the car wash and then jumps into the other Eleanor that's all perfect and pretty, and he zooms out and the lady's griping about her car and what is it? Oh, it's a gold and brown Mustang. Is that your car? And she passes out.
All right, this is very much a Doug question. Who did the stunt driving for Mr. Bean? Asked Old McDonald.
That is a good question, and I don't know.
That seems like a Doug fact kind of a short.
Yes, I could probably find out. You know who Hubert's Projects might be able to tell you the answer to that.
Yeah, that is true. He likes really small cars.
Yes, he does. And which is funny because he's part Sasquatch.
Yes.
What are you doing, Ruby? Huh?
Yes.
Sorry, guys. It has been a very, very freaking long day. It's been a long weekend. And I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow because I am leaving at 8 on Wednesday for PRI. So it's going to be a fun, long weekend.
Yeah.
Very
I got to
cool.
be up at 4. Another 9-day run.
I think Junker D said, I think Dean is Mr. Bean's son driver. That is possible.
Could
It's
be.
very possible. Did you guys see the little fun after No Name when I got sick and had to go into the hospital for my appendectomy? Did you guys see the little video that Cope made with Mr. Bean about me?
No, I missed
I
that
didn't
one.
see it.
So there's one of the Mr. Bean movies. Someone has gotten shot and he's in the OR, and Mr. Bean is impersonating a surgeon. And then so it's doctor, thank God you're here. Here he is with a gunshot wound, and then you see Mr. Bean go over and he pulls down his mask and he goes. So Cope has me lay down in the hospital bed and get a picture of me. So each time they're cutting to the patient, it's me. And it was just a little quick video that he made, and it's basically said, "Doug's sick of the hospital. Let's wish him well." But it was pretty funny.
I missed that. Of
Yeah, I have to look for that.
course, I've missed a
It's
lot of
right.
YouTube.
Rowan Atkinson, the guy who played Mr. Bean, has some very, very nice cars, like a Ferrari GTO, like the multi-million-dollar, very exotic cars.
He's got quite a collection.
Yeah, he does very much so.
Him and Jerry Seinfeld. He's got a huge.
Jerry Seinfeld has a taste for Porsches, rare and desirable Porsches.
Oh shit! Then there's Jay Leno. That guy has basically everything.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hollywood is
So
another one that you would think.
we all are lucky enough to go to Jay Leno's garage, the Big Dog Garage, and he says, "Guys, you can take one car home with you. What would you take home?"
I don't know what all he has.
He
The
has
Question-
literally
the easier
everything.
question to ask Dano is what
Literally.
doesn't he have?
He has basically one of everything. And
Almost.
honestly, I would cheat. I would take the car that's in his garage that I signed when we built the 4 GTs. My name's under the hood on his 4 GT.
That's really cool. That's a brag right there.
Yeah, I
I-
fucking signed Jay Leno's car for him.
I would
You know,
walk away with probably Jay's one of his Doble steam cars. I've always loved the steam car, and yeah, it would probably be one of his Dobles.
What was that one he's got? It's like a 39 steam car, but it's a regenerative steam.
This is the Doble. Is it gray and red?
I think so.
Okay,
I
that
think
is
it is
the
gray and
Doble.
red.
He has a Doble
Yeah.
limousine, and then he has the Doble,
Just
the gray
like a
and red Doble
speedster.
that you're talking about with the regeneration. That is
Yeah.
another Doble. That Doble was owned by Howard Hughes. That car does like 140 miles an hour when it was
Yeah.
brand new. It hauled the mail.
Before gasoline was breaking 100.
Exactly.
Oh, and Donald's saying 8 different stunt drivers used for Mr. Bean.
Interesting. Yeah,
You know,
it has a.
I'm
Go
going to retract my statement. I'm going to say I want his McLaren F1, and I buy it, drive it, sell it, buy the GT that I built, and actually have enough money to retire for the rest of my life on from the selling McLaren.
Duesenberg? I don't think I could bring myself to own a Deuce.
If I couldn't
It's
have
a doozy,
the,
Bear Rose. It's a doozy.
if I couldn't have the Doble, I would ask for the navy blue Duesenberg. That one of the guys in the 20s from Lilly Pharmaceutical out of Indianapolis petitioned Duesenberg to make that car for him. And basically they got the car at the height of the Depression, and yeah, you would have had rocks thrown at you everywhere you went, because here are people who can't feed themselves, and you're driving around in an opulent car like that. Yeah, screw you, bud. So basically, it got done and got put away. At one time, that navy blue car was used as a tow truck.
Getting
True
towed
story.
around by a Deuce. Oh, man.
Yep. Well,
they were that heavy duty, though.
The Duesenberg engine is so far advanced. All Duesenberg chassis were made in 1929. So no matter what year the Duesenberg is, they were all really constructed in 1929. It took a decade for them to sell the cars. But the engine alone is just out of this world, highly technologically advanced. It is Hemi-headed, 4 valves per cylinder, dual overhead cam, straight 8, 325 horsepower or something like that. It
With a
really was a
supercharger.
McLaren F1 of its day.
Hey, Dutch. Just jumping in.
What's happening, Dutch?
Yo.
But they were so rare that nobody knew about them.
Well, they were $10,000 in
yeah,
the
back then.
20s. I mean, when at that time you could buy a Model T for $400, so $10,000 was a metric F ton of money.
Mhm.
And they were
Only done-
tailor made for everybody. When you wanted one, they tailor made the whole car for you.
Well,
yeah,
you
they were all
actually-
coach built.
yes.
Yeah, you bought a chassis and you had a coach builder build the car.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't uncommon for those people, those Richie Rich muckety mucks. They would actually buy the Duesenberg chassis and then petition a coach builder to build them a body. And it was not uncommon for them to have 2 bodies for that one car, a summer body and a winter body. They would swap bodies mid-season.
Duesenberg used in Indiana
Used in
Jones.
Indiana Jones. Probably. I don't know for sure. I know they used a bunch of stuff. It was probably
I know some
not a
Mercedes.
real. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a real Duesenberg. Whatever it was probably a prop car.
Have you guys ever heard of a Tatra, the Nazi
Yeah.
killer car?
Mm-mm.
Okay. There was a car, a rear engine V8 car called a Tatra, and they're really weird cars. But they actually they were very, very, very fast, but they also had a weird steering anomaly in them. And there was so many officers, Nazi officers, that were out in these Tatras just ripping it up, and they were wrecking out and killing themselves to the point where the German government actually forbade officers from driving the Tatra.
Oh,
They look
Isn't
kind of
Tatra
like a LaSalle, kind of.
It's a weird looking car.
well, isn't Tatra now? Don't they make medium duty trucks?
Tatas.
I thought they made it.
Right. That's that Indian company.
Yeah.
They own
Yeah,
Land
no, I
Rover.
thought Tatra still made trucks. I might be thinking of something else.
And Jaguar. They own Jaguar now too.
Or as the British would say, Jaguar.
It's a Jag.
Jag. A
or
Jag.
a Canadian would say, "Jay."
A.
No. As the Americans would say, it is Jags. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong thing.
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
Tatra
yeah.
still makes trucks.
Punch up in your Google search machine, Tatra Nazi killer.
Uh-oh, you're gonna use the N-word.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
We're
Hold
all
on.
gonna get listed black.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
might
They won't allow it.
Hold on. No. So we'll. Hey, it's all better now.
Okay, how about this? How about a 1941 Tatra?
Tatra Nazi killer. Just gonna pop up some crazy guy in spandex.
Well, I mean, I was hoping
Quentin
that would be
Tarantino's face
known.
comes up on the screen.
Right. Nine,
there- Yeah.
nine.
Verboten.
Verboten, yeah.
Yeah, no, you do not want to be seeing this now, yeah.
Hans does not appreciate this, yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of YouTube videos about the car that killed the Nazis. And not a regular ton, but a metric F ton.
The National Socialist Party.
Yes.
Yeah, don't say the socialist part out loud, Belrose.
And besides, Mr. Belrose, we have ways to make you talk.
We have
Bring
ways
it.
of ignoring our channel in the algorithm, Mr. Rose.
Yes. We do not like Al Gore or his rhythm. Yeah.
We do not like men from Minnesota in Schnuggies. He will be banned.
Just for that, give him 50 lashings with a spaghetti noodle. That, yeah.
Spaghetti noodle. What are you, Italian?
No,
Well,
you see, us Germans are friends with our fascist friends down in Italy. Yeah. Mr. Mussolini is a personal friend of mine, you know.
Germany's soft underbelly. I gotcha. Yeah.
It was kind of funny for a little while. Germany was kind of an ally with the Italians, and then all of a sudden they're like, "And we're not." Just kidding.
Yeah. Everybody seems to do that though, one for another. Simon was saying Vespa bazooka bikes took out tanks.
That's cool.
Bazooka.
I'd assume he just threw a Vespa at a tank and went like bazooka.
Yeah, it was really crazy. I forget what Tank Faust, which is basically translates to Tank Fist, and Tank Faust was a recoilless rocket launcher, and they're showing like little kids and old men and women using it to blast targets, and it was to take out Allied tanks.
Namely Russian.
Yes.
Excuse me.
I'll tell you what. The Germans were way more scared of the Russians than they ever were of the Americans and the
But
Canadians.
their plan was to hold off Russia long enough for us to this side of the Allies to take it all.
There were so many freaking Russians, they just couldn't kill them all, literally.
Yeah.
But that feud goes back centuries.
Yeah, it does. The only thing that saved the Russians from being conquered was Russian winter, and the fact that the Russians were well adapted and able. I mean, it was a recipe for disaster for the Germans.
Well, that and the Germans built a tank that run on, 10 gallons per mile? And then
Oh, have
forgot
you ever-
to take any oil refineries.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen their Super Tiger? That it was like 5 tigers in one tank. Literally,
Yeah.
it was like an apartment building on tracks.
And none of the
Oh.
parts interchanged, even between other Tigers, because they
Right.
were all manufactured from different places. No standardization.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
Take out
a
their
time
own.
and place for craftsmanship and being hand built, and war kind of isn't that place.
No.
That's when you want repeatability.
One of the interesting things that came out of from the Germans is the Luger 9mm. The Luger 9mm is quite a feat of engineering for its time, for the 30s. It took 700 operations to make one Luger, and most of that stuff was hand fit. So imagine the quality of those.
It was famous for going off when you holster it. They were
you do yourself with it?
Yeah.
Great.
They would go off in the holster.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Well, desk pop. It's just like the new SIGs that if you drop them the wrong way, they'll freaking fire themselves. That's a whole other. Only now saying Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom used replica 30s Duesenberg. It was built on a 1974 Cadillac chassis with a 7.4-liter engine.
I remember seeing a lot of Mercedes, but I didn't remember a Deuce.
It was probably there were so many Indiana Jones movies. It's kind of hard to tell you which one was which.
I remember a spoof by Mad Magazine on Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, but theirs was, I forget how they tweaked his name, but they made it a silly version of Indiana Jones, and instead of it being the Last Crusade, it was his last crude days. Which is the one where they're actually in? Is it Temple of Doom where they're in Germany when Indiana meets his dad? Junior.
Oh, that's Last Crusade.
That's third.
Last Crusade is the one where he meets his
Last
dad.
Crusade.
Sean F. Connery, bastard.
Yes. My favorite part in that whole movie is when Indiana and Dad are tied up in chairs back to back, and then the German spy lady says something about she had a lot of fun, referring to sex, and she's talking to Indiana, but you hear old Dad go, "Yes, it was good, wasn't it?" Go get him, Sean.
Well, he was James Bond, so.
Yes. One of the reasons why he talks like this is not only because he's Scottish, but back in the day, he broke his jaw.
Hey, Doug, if it ain't Scottish, it's crap.
That's right.
Don't miss one I get.
That whole series is way funny of the Scottish store. I like it when the guy pays for his pay. It's like $3 worth of stuff that he buys, and then he pays with a 10, and then the guy behind the counter is like, "Oh, I don't have enough change. Oh, keep it then. Oh, okay." A wise old man once told me that the Scottish are known to have deep pockets but short arms.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, then I'll say the umbrella scene, and I kind of like the one where he shoots out the tail of the airplane. He goes, "They got us, son."
And the Hindenburg.
Oh, and then they just keep making them though, so there's that.
Well, because they got to make the money. There's money.
Try something new, for the love of God.
Well, it's the try something new doesn't work because nobody you gotta base it on something that everyone knows. For instance, anything that's now launched that's new, the brand is always it's always piggybacked on something we know. From the makers of Mountain Dew comes goat piss. And you're like, I like Mountain Dew. I want to drink goat piss now. But it's not just goat piss. It's got to be Mountain Dew goat piss,
Yes.
or Bud Light seltzer, or whatever. They always got to make sure to tie it in with something that you already know.
The best point I've ever heard though is like, instead of taking $300 million to make one movie that you spend that much again to promote, so you have to make $1 billion to make it break even. Make 50 smaller movies that if even one of them is successful, you paid for everything. It's like, find something new. Don't just keep rehashing the same 7 goddamn stories. That's all there is. There's like the old adage is there's 7 stories in Hollywood. That's all. They just keep recycling that shit over and over and over again.
I think it was in Spaceballs. They take a stab at Rocky, and he says something like about Rocky 5,000.
I liked at the very end. Stay tuned for Spaceballs 3, the search for Spaceballs 2.
You know what the really bad part
It
is?
never happened.
There's going to be a Spaceballs 2 apparently next year.
The quest for more money.
Yeah,
I
sadly.
watched that. Mel Brooks. Well, Mel Brooks didn't have anything to do with it, but the History of the World Part 2.
Yeah.
That was horrible. That was such a disappointment.
The Inquisition. We're gonna make them Christian. Take it, ladies.
Didn't I hear they were going to make a Happy Gilmore too?
Yeah,
A sequel to Happy Gilmore. I'm sure of it. Anything that all of the great movies, when Hollywood gets into a slump, they just turn around and start remaking successful movies. Like they redid The Longest Yard. They redid.
But they do it poorly. Like they Xerox it so many times. What comes out is misshapen. It's like,
yes,
just re-release the old shit. Just update it, clean it up, and re-release the old shit. You spend less money. You don't have to pay the new actors. Just put the shit back out there again.
Well, I don't understand why. I mean, so you did something once and it was a huge success. What makes you think that you're going to be able to put the lightning back in the bottle?
Because Brondo's got what plants crave.
But also back in, let's say, the 80s, there was a bunch of good movies, arguably, okay, good movies.
Yeah.
There was, I 1,000 B movies.
Oh my
So
God,
there
yes.
was a lot of chances being taken.
Yes.
Now they're afraid to take the chance. So,
Well,
like
the
you
most
said,
interesting, the
they're
most
just
interesting
interested
stuff
on what's
streaming.
going to bing bang right now.
Yeah, well, the more interesting stuff is now on streaming. It's where that's your new B movies. It's stuff that it didn't quite make it to the Hollywood standard. It's like I find more interesting stuff that was made for Amazon or Netflix or blah 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 blah. Pick your poison. Adina is saying "Comb the Desert," and we ain't found shit.
The funny thing is that actor, you can actually find him here on YouTube. The actor, it's Tim something, and I think it's Tim. Anyways, he is actually in a little sandbox with a little pick, and he goes, I've been in Hollywood over this many years, and I've won Academy Awards, and I've done this, and I've done that, and the only thing that I am known for is we ain't found shit. My favorite part in that scene is the enormous pith helmet that Lord Helmet is wearing when he opens up the little door to see out.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's like a garage door.
Yeah.
Junkyard East says, I have an I Heart Uranus bumper sticker for the Winnebago. Nice.
Nice.
In that last scene, towards the end of the movie, when Lone Star and Barf have taken the Winnebago to the truck stop, pause the movie when they do the overview, looking onto it. The Millennium Falcon is in the parking lot.
Really?
Yep.
God, I haven't seen Spaceballs in at least 20 years. It's been a
Oh.
while.
I've watched it so much I can quote it.
Well, the only thing I know is a family tradition for Christmas is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We pulled more shit from that movie at Hollywood at holiday functions with the family, like the Pledge of Allegiance when you're supposed to say the grace and.
That movie was
Chitter's Folklore. Oh God.
Yeah,
Randy
guys, it's
Quaid was just great.
Yeah, no, it's still one of my favorite movies. I'll definitely be watching again
Drum
before
roll,
Christmas.
please. Holy shit.
All right, boys. It is 11 here in Milan, so it is time for me to cash out and do the 1,000 things I still have to do before I leave Wednesday morning. So thank you, everybody, for jumping on. Thank you, everybody, for being in the chat. Bear Rose, great to see you. Dan, as always.
Great seeing you,
Dougster,
man.
thank you. Never
Bye,
Duck
everyone.
for coming on.
Great seeing you.
Take it easy, everybody. Thanks, everyone. See you
Bye.
next week.